Hello students, hope you're all doing good. This video is powered by Synthesis Tutorials. So in the previous video children, we were done till question number 4 of exercise 17b. So in today's session, we'll be starting from question number 5. So the figure for question number 5 has been given like this children, that there is a circle. And in the circle we are having two chords. So this one is our first chord and this one is our another chord, and the property that has been given is both the chords are equal. So this is our AB and this is my CD. Okay, and this point has been given as O, and the point of intersection of both the chords have been given as P. Okay, so now what are we going to do? We have to prove, this is the only thing that has been given, that both the chords are equal. Okay, intersect each other at point O inside the circle, prove that. So how are you going to write? You are going to write first of all given. Okay, so write down what is given children. The given part is that AB is equal to CD. That is the only thing that has been given. Okay, and then what do you need to prove? Here only I'll write, since I have space, I need to prove that AP is equal to CP. I'm writing only the first one. You may write down the second one as well. Of course, I'll be doing both of them. But then second one being an easy one children, I'll be giving you as homework because that is based on the similar concept. So if you are able to understand the first question, you will be able to do second one as well. Alright, so second sub question is going to be a homework. So I'll be marking the same. So this is fifth second one. Okay, and then for construction, of course, you can look into the figure that this question cannot be solved without taking perpendiculars. So from O, you will be dropping a perpendicular like this, and then this is, and here also you will be dropping a perpendicular like this. Okay, so I'll be just clearing this figure bit more children, so that things are still more clearer to you, because this is the most important part. So suppose I am taking the center here. So this is the first perpendicular, this is the second perpendicular that I am dropping. This is my point of intersection. Suppose here, if the first perpendicular I am taking as M, the second one I am taking as N. Okay, and then what else? Will be joining this particular point, that is P and O. Okay, this is the line which we are joining. Okay, so in construction you will be writing, draw ON perpendicular to AB. Okay, ON perpendicular to AB and OM perpendicular to CD. So these are the two constructions you have done, and of course you have also done join OP. Okay, and then how will your proof start children? For the proof, you are going to write what? See, we'll be moving to the two triangles which are there. Okay, so it is easily understood children that before moving to the proof part or the triangle part, we'll be writing what? Given AB is equal to CD. Okay, so this is going to imply what children? If AB is equal to CD, then this is for sure going to imply that OM will be equal to ON. And then what is the theorem children? The theorem is equal chords are equidistant from the center. Okay, if you remember, this is equal chords are equidistant from center. Okay, so this is the theorem. So OM is equal to ON is what you are getting. Further, one more thing children that we will be writing, that see, because that is an important part, I will be writing DM. Don't look into the figure children, because the figure is not justifying the statement that I am writing. It will be DM is equal to, how much children? Will DM will be equal to half of, see here, half of CD. Yes, it will be. And CD in turn is equal to AB. Yes, it is. And half of AB in turn is equal to how much? If you see, half of AB is equal to BN. Okay. And then in the brackets you will be writing, since perpendicular from center bisects the chord. Center bisects the chord. Okay, so if the perpendicular is bisecting, then DM will be equal to half of CD and BN will be equal to half of AB. Or else if you want, you can just write it here only this much. In the next line I will be writing, okay, this is the statement for this, and then you will be writing down similarly you will be writing down BM is equal to half of AB. Okay, and now what you will be writing, since AB is equal to CD, this implies that DM will be equal to BN. Okay, here because if you see children, this is half of CD, this is half of AB, and both of them are equal, so DM will be equal to BN, and this you will be taking as equation number 1 because this will be using. Okay, now what children, you have already proved that OM is equal to ON. So now we will be moving to what? We will be moving to the proving part. Okay, so I'll just erase this because these all things have been written already. So we'll be now moving to the triangle. Okay, so what I'll be writing now, in triangle, OMP and ONP. OMP and triangle ONP. What are the things that have been given, children? First of all, I will writing OM is equal to ON, and then the reason is proved above because just now we proved. Okay, the second point will be what? Angle OMP is equal to angle ONP. Okay, and then this is 90 degree because perpendicular from the, because we have already drawn by that they are perpendicular. And the third will be what? OP is equal to OP, that is common. Okay, so what is the name of the congruency, children? If you see, we have one right angle, we have one hypotenuse, and we have one side. So this implies, don't write this implies, children. Therefore triangle OMP is congruent to triangle ONP by RHS test of congruency. Okay, if these two triangles are congruent, children, then can you write that MP is equal to NP? NP by CP CTC or CPCT. Okay, so if these two are this, and then what we have written here, children, if you remember this particular line, I have written DM is equal to BN. Okay, so this is what I am going to use. So what you will be writing now, MP is equal to NP, so this is going to be equation number 2. Now what you will be writing, adding 1 plus 2. Okay, what you will be getting, children, MP plus DM. Okay, so is this going to help us, children? We will be just looking into it. MP plus DM will be giving me DP, but that is not what we have to prove. We need to prove what? AP. Okay, so we'll be looking into this, children, that what else is there. Actually, we would have taken what? We would have taken AP and CP, children. Okay, that's the place where we just, okay, so we need to prove that AP is equal to CP. Okay, so basically the first question, that was sub question which was there, we need to take something. All right, no issues, children. Before 1 plus 2 we'll be doing one more thing, children. You already got that this DM is equal to, not DN, children. Okay, the place where you have done this, children, because if you see here, see, this is going to give me what? If you just look into it, DM plus MP is going to give me, this particular question is leading me to sub question 2, children. Okay, so this is also right, but then this is leading me to sub question 2. So not a different thing, children. What you can do, you can just take this as 1. So 1 plus 2 is going to give me what? DM plus MP is equal to BN plus NP. So if you look into the figure, DM plus MP is equal to DP. So write down DP is equal to BN plus NP is equal to BP. So if you see, this is the second sub question which is there. Okay, so this is the second sub question we have proved. Okay, so instead of giving you as homework, I'll be just doing this. See children, both of the ways is fine. Even if you are doing this one before, that is going to be completely fine, and then you can prove the first sub question. So for first sub question, now what you will be doing, see this, if you are taking as 3, then you will be taking what, see, we'll be taking now, okay, the complete, we know that, okay, I'll just making a line here, that AB is equal to CD. Okay, this has been given. So from 3, what you will be writing, I'll just erase this, AB minus BP. Okay, see, I'll just erase this. Okay, so from equation number 3, okay, what are you getting? You have dP is equal to BP, or else what you will do children, BP you will be writing first, so that you get what we want. You write down BP is equal to dP. Okay, and then what you will be writing down from 3 this, so AB minus BP will be equal to CD minus dP. Just subtracting. So in the figure, if you look, AB minus BP is equal to what? This is equal to AP. So write down, this implies AP is equal to CD minus DP is equal to CP. So AP is equal to CP. So this is your first sub question. Okay, so we have solved the first one before and the second one afterwards. Even if you want to take it another way children, I'll tell you how to do. If you want to solve the first sub question before, you will be writing that since half of them is equal, so you have to write that AM will be equal to AN. Okay, and then what you will be writing, AM minus, okay, just a second children, AN it should have been, okay, you would have written that AN is equal to, because you are considering half, CM. Now AN minus PN would have been equal to CM minus MP, because these two parts you have proven that they are equal. So AN minus PN is AP is equal to CP. So if you want, you could have done it that way as well. Both the methods are right. Alright, so this is the way this particular sum has to be done. We'll be now moving to question number 6. Okay, so the figure for question number 6 has been given already. So now what you will be doing, we'll just draw the figure. So this is a circle, and through the center there is a square that is being passing. Okay, so this is your figure like. So we'll be just labeling the figure children. The figure says this is C, P, O, Q, A and B. Okay, so this is the figure. Now you have to prove what? In the OABC is a square, a circle is drawn, which means OC and then, okay, so write down what all things have been given. So write down, this is our question number 6. So this is given part is what? Nothing has been given children except that ABCD is a square. So if ABCD is a square, okay, alright, we'll be writing this. Now what do we need to prove? We need to prove that triangle OPA is congruent to triangle OQC. Okay, this is what you have to prove. So where do you see those triangles children? OPA. So this is, we'll be using some different thing, OPA. So this goes like this children, this particular triangle, okay, is congruent to OQC. So this is OQC. So these two triangles you have to prove congruent. So what we will write, you will be writing the proof part. So without just looking into this, we can easily move to the congruency part children, because this is very easy if you look into the figure. So we'll be writing down what? We'll be writing down in triangle OPA and, okay, is this OPA children? OQC, yes, OQC. Okay, so what are the things that have been given? If you look into the figure children, in OPA we have OP and this is equal to OQ. Why? Because they are all radius of circle, or else write down radii, because there are two of them. Okay, so radii of circle. if you look into the second part, children, we have OA is equal to, because you have taken first that, so write down OA is equal to, or else we can write down the angle part first. So write down angle O is equal to angle O each 90 degree, if you can see. Okay, and the third, that is common in both of them. Okay, each 90 degree, or else you can just take this as common. That will be still more better. That is common in both of them. And the third part you will be writing what? If you see, OA is equal to OC. Why, children? Because they are sides of square and they are equal. All the sides of square are equal. So therefore what you will be writing, triangle OPA is congruent to triangle OQC. By which congruency, children? This is by RHS. We have right angle. No, is this by RHS? No, children, this is not by RHS because hypotenuse has not been given equal. So this is by SAS. Side, then angle, then side. Okay, so this is the thing. So this is the first proof, children, which was very easy one. Now the second one is BPC. So this is BPC. Okay, if I just use blue color, so this goes like this. BPC is congruent to BQA. So this is BQA. Okay, so how are you going to prove this, children? I'll be telling you how to do so that you can easily take as homework. Okay, so in these two triangles, two things you can see, children, that these are the sides of the square BC, and here we have A. Okay. Okay, so these two are common. And then what you can write, children, the next thing that you can write in this is that, see, we can take, if you want, from the CPCT, you can get from both the triangles what, children? By CPCT you can be taking, because even if you are able to prove that PC is equal to QA, then also some of your work can be done. Okay, so what you will be writing, children? In the first part you will be writing that BP is equal to, see, the first thing is BA is equal to BC, you will be writing. That are the sides of the square. And the next thing that you will be writing is the angle part, that angle C is equal to angle A. That is also the second thing. And for the third part, what you can be writing, children, that CP will be equal to this particular part which is there. This you can show that this is going to be equal to this particular part. Okay, so by how will you do that? By subtracting the radius of the circle from the square. Okay, so in this way, if you do, the second sub question can easily be done, and that can be taken as homework. Alright, so this is the way this particular sum has to be done.